So my name is Jim Greiner. I'm a professor at Harvard Law School, and I run something called the Access to Justice Lab, which is an effort to try to transform law into an evidence-based field, primarily by running randomized field experiments or randomized control trials. So a randomized study or randomized control trial is an effort to try to find out what works and what doesn't by creating groups that are otherwise equal, otherwise the same, except for the thing you're investigating. They're commonly used in medicine to find out whether, say, a new cancer drug works. What my lab does is it does the same thing, except we do it in law. We think that the randomized control trials will lead to an enormous amount of better resource allocation, that we can produce better social outcomes, say less recidivism, more people out of jail while they're awaiting trial, fewer people in prison and becoming constructive members of society, because they produce rigorous, credible evidence of what works and what doesn't. Most important thing is I think the world is moving in this direction towards rigorous empiricism and less reliance on what I see day to day in my practice and what cool people tell me is true. And that means not always trusting yourself to know what works before you investigate rigorously what does. So I think by trying to maintain an attitude of I need to investigate. I need to not assume that what I do is right because I do it. And instead say, I need to investigate, I need to do rigorous investigations, I need to not just think of alternatives, but do alternatives. And if you want to get really adventurous, either call your local nerd to get you help on how to investigate this, or maybe even take a stats course.